This is Herman. This species is native to northern Australia and southern New Guinea and has a very say-what-you-see name, the pig-nosed turtle. The nose does actually serve a purpose and acts as a built-in snorkel, allowing them to breathe and stay fully submerged so they don't end up as crocodile food, unlike this guy who has to show his face. This doesn't, however, protect them from herds of stamping buffalo or the illegal pet trade, which is currently their biggest threat. Their nose isn't the only thing unique, as they're the only freshwater turtle that has flippers instead of feet, resembling that of sea turtles, and unusually their eggs will hatch underwater. They are the last surviving member of their family, and they have ancestors that stretch back to 140 million years ago, which is around 70 million years before the dinosaurs went extinct. Herman was donated to the aquarium after he outgrew his previous tank, and now lives with around 5,000 sea creatures at the world's oldest aquarium, Sea Life Brighton. Opening their doors in 1872, Sea Life Brighton is now the world's oldest continually operating aquarium. It's undergone several restoration projects in that time, one of the more recent ones being the restoration of the Victorian Arcade in 2012. The area looks really good, and with the soft music, lighting, sound and the smell of the running water, it creates this really peaceful area to just stand and look at all the weird fish. This is where you'll find Herman, the pig-nosed turtle, who is next door to the snake-necked turtle. Again, say what you see. This is a side-necked turtle, meaning that it bends its head sideways into its shell rather than pulling it directly back. When threatened, they'll emit a stink bomb level fluid from their musk glands, which gives them the common name stinker. Another notable animal here is one with enough toxins to kill 30 adult humans, and there is no known antidote: the pufferfish. Despite this, people still take the risk to eat them, and in several countries, only qualified chefs with 3 or more years of training are allowed to prepare them. You'll also find some rays in these tanks, which I didn't get much footage of, so here's some pictures. There's over 600 different species of rays around the world, and they're all made up of cartilage instead of bone, which is the same stuff as our ears and noses. They're experts at hide and seek, as their appearance lets them camouflage in the sand, allowing them to jump scare their prey but also hide from their predators such as the killer whale or their closest relatives, sharks. If you thought Herman's ancestors are old, they've got nothing on sharks, which were first thought to have existed around 450 million years ago. Like their cousins, they too don't have any bones and are completely made of cartilage, which allows them to move a lot quicker with lower energy. The first of the 2 species they have there is the black-tip reef shark, and if you look closely you can see the black tip that gives them their name. They prefer shallow inshore waters, and they're not typically aggressive to humans, but if they were provoked they could quite easily take a chunk out of you. The same goes for their second species, the nurse shark. Most sharks need to keep moving to breathe so the water flows over their gills, but nurse sharks defy the laws of sharks and can actually pump water through their gills while stationary. This allows groups of up to 40 to lie around all day cuddling. Both of these sharks can be found in a large tank that used to be home to dolphins from the 70s to the 90s. They used to host regular shows there, but this didn't end up sitting well with people, and in 1991 Sea Life acquired the aquarium and then rehabilitated and released the dolphins back into the wild. There were some rare fish at Sea Life, but none come close to the 1 in 200 million chance of finding a blue lobster like Lola. According to this article I found, she was caught by a fisherman who didn't want to give her to a restaurant, so instead donated her to Sea Life. I also found lots of sites that said it was a 1 in 2 million chance, but either way, it's still really rare. The blue colour comes from a genetic defect that causes the lobster to produce excessive amounts of the protein that causes the colour. And this isn't even the rarest lobster, with naturally red, yellow and white ones being even less common for anyone who wants to go shiny hunting. Another small turtle they have there is the terrapin, and you can see that they have feet instead of flippers. Terrapins are often privately bought when they're small and cute, but they don't make very good pets, and that's why all the terrapins at Sea Life are rescued from people who couldn't look after them anymore. Since 2016 it has been illegal to buy or sell terrapins in the UK, as they are considered an invasive species and people kept releasing them in the wild. In the same area as the terrapins you can see the glass or ghost catfish. The reason you can see every detail of them is because they have no scales like all catfish, and they also lack any body pigment. Most of their organs are found near the head, and with a magnifying glass you can actually see their heart beating. Opposite these is a slightly misunderstood species. Out of the 40 varieties of piranha, most of them are vegetarian, feeding off fruit, nuts and things that fall from trees. They're typically not a threat to humans, but that doesn't mean attacks haven't happened, most of which result in minor injuries, typically to the feet and hands, with some being more severe. Sea life has red-bellied piranhas, which are one of the meat-eating varieties, and they look like they've been covered in glitter. This is on purpose because it makes them hard to spot, as they look like the sun reflecting off the water. That protects them from the skies, but to avoid crocodiles and river dolphins in the water, they will spend their free time hovering motionless in various plants in the river, which is what you'll typically see them doing in aquariums. The last three animals are all part of this rainforest themed area, which is actually done quite well and has a variety of different other animals in there as well. Along with the sharks and several other fish in the big tank are two very large and in charge green sea turtles. They're called Lulu and Gulliver and are both around 82 years old. These gentle giants are the second largest species of sea turtle and get their name from the green colour of their fat. These are the only species of sea turtle that are strictly herbivore, and their seagrass and algae diet might be the reason for their green fat tissue. They're endurance athletes that can travel very long distances, using the Earth's magnetic field as a map to navigate. Typically male turtles will spend their whole life at sea, but females get a bit homesick and will return to the exact same beach that they were born to lay their own eggs, no matter how far away it is. They'll lay between 80 and 100 eggs, and the temperature of the sand is what determines whether it's a boy or a girl. You can see these from above, from the side, from the tunnel that goes through the tank, or on the glass bottom boat they have that will go across the tank. We didn't do it because it cost extra. There's a lot more fish there, including jellyfish, seahorses, and an octopus that I somehow missed. It took us around 2 hours to go around, but you could definitely do it quicker, unless it's very busy. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that I've missed, and if you enjoyed this video, then you should go check out my spring news and updates for UK zoos here.